What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Yeah, there is supposed to be audio, but then I couldn't hear it on my end. And so I made a setting change. But I guess you can you guys hear me now? Just type a quick one in the chat if you guys could hear me at least. All right, good. So at least that's good. Yeah, because last time I did the share thing too on like the system, and I don't know, you guys said you could hear it, I couldn't, so I was like, I need some of that music too. And then I switched it over just now, and I guess you guys can't hear it, but now I could, so I don't know. But we'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. It's a new issue, I guess, but it's all good. Oh man, we got people from YouTube piling in. We got people in the room piling in. It is Wednesday morning. I'm with you guys all day. Let's go. Oh yeah. Market kind of looks like it's we're kind of just a little bit stagnant in the market. Futures, probably people were just growing beards watching if you guys trade futures at all. But it looks like we're starting to break down a little bit. I think oil just recently started popping, so there could be a little bit of news in regards to, or figures from, the Russia-Ukraine saga, that little soap opera. So we'll see what's happening there, but definitely causing some fears. And yesterday was an exciting day with earnings. We'll go through all of those with you guys as well. If you need a certain stock that you want to look at, make sure you throw that into the chat. Bomb Dad and YouTube's already got some, so I'm gonna start with him. Man, that guy shows up every day on the YouTube. Got his tickers ready to go. We'll take a look. But yeah, there should be some interesting gaps out there today for sure. This would definitely be one of them. Yep, add a little bit of resistance from this pivot over here. I can see us. I want to jump in right away, but see if you could get something closer to like 125.08. Something like that comes in. Might come a little bit lower, 120.47, somewhere in that range, and then look to go. But you're definitely trapping a decent amount of people, most notably this volume right here with this candle, that selling wick. Oh yeah, that's a great gap. So see if you can get like at least a red candle to take a break. But Upstart, yeah, I'm going to watch that one pretty closely. CRSR has a nice little gap. Beautiful gap, incredible gap. I would still have to wait for a little bit of. So Upstart might be, I don't know, we'll see, but Upstart might be a little stronger out of the gate. You might have to wait a little bit for this one to fade further. So this was the big candle, red, selling, volume is in place on that candle, but that already broke. So you already had some kind of a follow through run. You do have a lot of bulls that came in on this volume to buy this one up. So I would say probably this one does get a little bit of a fade, but it's definitely clearing a lot of nice pivots. So probably, yeah, again, I'd be waiting for about 22.24. See if it gives you a setup in that range. 22.24, that's actually coming right into that 100 EMA as well. But CRSR, CRISPR is a good candidate. Upstart probably has to fade a little bit less to start rebounding. And then the market itself is starting to already drop, pull back, consolidated for a very long time. If we start breaking down some of that consolidation, which even in some sense of an uptrend, we already did break. So even if we get a little bit of a bounce, 445 on the SPY is going to be my spot where I'm going to look for another fade shorter. Let's take a look at some of the other ones. What's up, Cam's in the house? Corey says, let's look at Shop. Yeah, I agree. Shop. All right, thank God we got a little bit of a bounce. we're hanging on. When I looked at Shop earlier today, it was probably somewhere in this just nonstop selling zone. It looks like an incredible opportunity to go short on that one. We are oversold on the RSIs. The MACD's very low. This one probably will get some just love in the beginning, very early. Try to short as high as you can. Probably 833.42 would be my stop. But yeah, they did not do well on earnings. They are also they're not quite a full stay-at-home play, but it's internet buying, internet shopping. Stay-at-homes are a little bit out of favor, I think, at this point. Yeah, Roblox was another one. Roblox, $60 the level. $60 was the level. It had to hold $60. It did not this morning recently. So this would be probably a short candidate. I apologize in advance for all of these lines that I have on my chart, but obviously we trade Roblox every single day. So therefore, you get some extra lines with any analysis on Roblox. There's a little bonus feature, but yeah, this one looks like, again, try to short as high as you can. There's a lot of people in this thing already short. You had a lot of volume come in yesterday, which I think we could also attribute to probably some of that after hour type moves. Anybody that sold or shorted, they're going to be profitable, probably want to close, especially any of those guys that had the opportunity to sell or short or buy puts, anything earlier, they might look to close out. And you are at right now a decent little, like, okay, maybe this is a double bottom and we could fade higher. But yeah, if we start trading sideways and we break that little sideways action, Roblox has some downside to it for sure. But they missed on a lot of levels, so it wasn't just the revenue. It was also like they were about 10% shorter of the new bookings and things like that they have. So it was kind of a miss all around for them. And they did crush it last quarter. I mean, you see that just amazing gap because people were afraid, like, okay, this is a stay-at-home play, and we're not expecting too much. And they killed earnings last time, so you had a little bit of a shock. It ran from there, but after that, it's been all just kind of downhill. They also put out some outlook. I don't know when it was, probably on like 12-13, something like that. Maybe the day after, whatever case, somewhere around that zone that they were. I don't know why they do it. They've done this multiple times, but like subscription was down and things like that. So that caused a little bit further of a sell-off, and just so many people were off guard. So many people were jumping into Roblox that was going to hit the moon, and therefore there's a lot of selling to the downside for Roblo. Yeah, Roblo indeed. Today at least. I still don't mind Roblo, but it is definitely. It's tied into the meta play, and anything meta is honestly not working right now. And meta could be a thing. Meta could definitely be a thing. I got hopes for meta. I mean, but there's also lots of other video games out there. So how much meta is going to be used? But I can see some applications where like meta would be cool to use. Yeah, I think we're just early. Like we're in the like if this is like if meta is the new big thing, we're in the early stages where people don't even know what the internet is. Right. So you have remember like what was it, newscasters on TV, they're like, so what is this email? Why can't I just write a letter? So we could be in that stage right now, and people maybe honestly don't know what it is. But I don't know. It's too early. That's all I can really say. But yeah, that would look like try to short, don't go long. I wouldn't try to fade that at all today higher. I don't believe, unless we see like an immediate sell-off and we're starting to build some kind of strength. But for right now, I can only honestly think short on that one. Airbnb is one that absolutely murdered their earnings. Let's go Airbnb. I like them. David says, I was a big gamer growing up. Most people were not fans of that kind of stuff. Not sure the newer generation likes it. It was extremely early. Yeah, they had like goggles, but the Oculus stuff people like. People do like Oculus and all that. So it's a little bit more accepted at this point. But yeah, it's still just a little, it needs a lot more traction, I think. But again, it's early. You need more applications for it. You need like more, in a fake world, you need more real world sense. I don't know. I'm not sure. But Airbnb, yeah, absolutely crushed it. I think it's a buy at 180. If this thing fades to 180, that's your opportunity to get in. They were up very, very solid on, but that's my level. I'll look. We're going to try to play. Dang it, they're not on my 10 EMA. Man. So we're not going to take an official trade on it, but I'll if I in the room like something on it, 180 is a level I'm looking at. I like everything about them. For a longer term hold, I think it's good to acquire some positions. They're very early technically in their career, but now we have 2 quarters. They are profitable. They increased bookings by like 73%. So short-term bookings by like 73%. So I don't know. I think my valuation on them is roughly about $300. So we're a little shy, but with lots of room to go. And I think we all invest to get higher pricing or better pricing, not current pricing. So I will be picking up some more shares for sure, especially at 180. Yep, Facebook, good gap and go, bearish. Look too faded. Facebook, honestly, they're just in a downtrend, right? So they're absolutely getting destroyed. But anytime somebody now comes out with Meta, like that would be a company related to Meta, it's going to go down with it. So Roblox not reporting good numbers. I think that probably has a lot to do with it. I don't know specifically because it didn't really move off the earnings. You saw one little candle there, but it's just in a downtrend. We're breaking, like we have to go to the weekly. We did this. I think we did this on earnings. We're like, all right, we got to go to a weekly. It's up a lot. Like it's still up very crazy. I drew a 618. We're below that 618. Probably at this point, my target would have to be. You guys don't want to hear my target. Never mind. You guys don't want to. It's too early. Too early for my target. I mean, the next target, honestly, if we don't just bounce out of here, which it doesn't look like it, I would be going for a 190 target, and after that, probably a 136. So if you want to set pyramids, they still make money. They're still a good company. They still own half of the internet. So I don't think they go anywhere, but people are very concerned, I think, about Meta at this point. And a lot of the Facebook, as far as like how they make their core business, is advertising still. And with Apple blocking, with I mean, half the world using iPhones, and then they give you the option, do you want us to track your information? And you say no, that hurts Facebook, obviously. But yep, Facebook is just deaded. I don't know if news came out on this dip or not for Facebook. I didn't hear anything. But was that Kristen K in the YouTube chat? Real life women? I think it's Kristen K. What is up? She says, I spent a half an hour studying what the hell Metaverse is. I can see the younger generations loving it. If it's useful, if it's a video game, then video games will be a fad. Because there's always a newer, cooler, interesting, more exciting video game to play. And the Metaverse has to be a video game that you have to be a part of. That's the only way it succeeds. If it's not just like if your friends are playing, because your friends are also playing Xbox and Call of Duty and all of that stuff, it has to be something where you're actually going to for some legitimate reason, and it's not just hey, I'm here for a game only. If they could do that, then they have a lot of success in the meta. They need to make it something you cannot live without. And I don't see it yet. I still see a video game. But we will see. Let's go to the ones that we are trading this month. Tesla. We already covered Roblox. That would be one of them. I'm going to look short, see if I can wait for some bounces. Try to get a little bearish on that one. Tesla, we probably won't be able to trade right out of the gate. We are still inside today's range. A little bit of a bearish gap and go, but we're just a tad. Without the rules, I would be looking bearish on Tesla. Again, maybe we get a little bit of a pop up to like a 918-ish, and then look for a fade. That's what I think happens. RSI already pre-market, a little bit oversold. Let's take a look at what else we got on the list. Oh, DAL. I mean, Delta's been one of the strongest stocks I've seen ever in my life. I can't believe I haven't made more money off this thing. I don't know. Lucian says the transition is going to take a long time. Gamers are very critical about new products, and they have, but that's what I'm saying. So they have to get it for Meta. You're talking about Meta. So for the Metaverse, it can't be a game. Like if it's just a game that you're living in, then the gamers can be critical of it. Then people that don't play games would be very uninterested. People that don't like the 3D world and just like to use their own eyeballs because you already live in a 3D, technically 4D world, but that's okay. That's just details. But yeah, if they could get away from this is a game as opposed this is to something that real life participates in, then it will be successful. If it's a game, I agree on 100,000%. Then they're gonna have a lot of issues with the metaverse, but we'll see. Delta on a daily chart, we're going to probably not be able to trade 20 minutes out of the gate, but we will watch it. I would like to see probably about a 50% retrace of yesterday's candle. So somewhere down in this 4360, 4360, we'll call it 4360. So if I could get some kind of a bounce there, great. If we start to break out of this candle, we will see a much bigger leg up. So somewhere around 45, 42, 45, let's just call it 45.50. But if we get out of that zone, then I think at least for a daily, this thing has definitely some good. The chart looks phenomenal. It does. Apple, how's Apple moving after all of this news? Still in a very, oh my bad, I'm on a weekly. Oh wow. So yeah, Delta on a weekly looks bananas. I'm actually gonna go back to Delta after this. Apple's in a very interesting place right now. So it did already fade to pretty much where I wanted it to. Apple's been pull out your hair type stock. It's not been putting in, for day trade purpose, not been putting it in some large ranges what it's supposed to. I mean, and I know the exact moment things are supposed to happen. And sometimes it just doesn't cooperate. But right now it is in a good location, at least where I would like to see that pullback from yesterday. If the overall market starts to sell, I'd be looking for probably closer to a 171.06, maybe a little bit higher, so 171.12, somewhere in that zone. If we get down to, that would be interesting as well. Otherwise, we're kind of sitting to a decent location. 10 EMA on the daily is where 10 EMA. 171.48. So yeah, we're still hanging in there bullish. Bullish is still the direction on Apple. It's tough to go short on these guys. I learned the hard way. It's tough. But all right, so we got Apple, can't trade that one. Nvidia. Nvidia has been a decent looking beast of burden for sure. David says I don't like the product. Same for Facebook, for Roblo. I mean, for Meta. Yeah, it's still very early. Nvidia is pulling back a little bit from the highs, still looking completely bullish. I mean, just an absolutely incredible move. I think this one needs about another week or two, and this thing can actually explode. It has, I mean, maybe honestly not even that long. I mean, the chart looks good. Double bottom. There's your break. There's your retest. You got another double bottom already breaking out pretty quickly within 2 days of just an enormous sell-off. Incredible close yesterday. And as soon as we start to break this little wick, which is somewhere around 269.53, bullish will be a direction for a decent amount of time. For right now, we didn't quite get up there, but that would be my target somewhere, even maybe like 266.97. That's pretty much where we got to pre-market and very close to the close of yesterday. So maybe this one pulls back a little bit and then we look to go bullish on it. Right into a bunch of moving averages. We're gonna have to sit on our hands on 20 minutes for that one. What other one am I missing? Let me throw up Nvidia here. Upstart. Yep. So Upstart reported earnings as well. Pretty crazy gap for these guys. Blew away earnings for sure. I didn't get a chance to look too much into the earnings report on this one, but we did look at this one earlier, and it is crushing a lot of pivots. I mean, every pivot almost. So the only thing with this one, I do expect probably a little bit of a pullback. That's a big gap, a big old gap. And you're just pretty much at the resistance of this little pivot. So we did break a bunch. Bullish will be the direction. At open, I'm going to let people take their profits, let them do its thing, probably come down to the 618, 50 to 618 retracement, somewhere around 120. That would be the spot I'd be interested in maybe going long on, somewhere in that zone, if that happens. But that's what I'll keep my eye on. But otherwise, yeah, that's a strong break. Great gap on Upstart. So waiting for that pullback. Oh, AMD. How would we forget about AMD? No one told me. AMD. Kristen, how do you study the metaverse, by the way? Like, is there a textbook? I didn't even know. I didn't know there's that much information. Let's see. AMD is just kind of chilling. Again, I don't think we have, the only thing we actually have at open that we can have access to play is Roblox, just based on our rules for the 10 EMA strategy. But still at the highs, probably going to get some kind of fade, 618, then continue bullish. And everything is going to also depend on the overall market as well. The Qs, the SPY, and more importantly, I mean, they're going to be reacting and predicting for the SPY and Qs, but anything that comes out news break wise today will affect the market. So anything involving Russia, Ukraine, inflation, those are the two real key stories right now. I don't think we have any Fed meetings to worry about today, but sometimes they like to surprise us. Sometimes they like to put out something, but I don't think we have any Fed minutes today. And somebody could throw in the chat, either YouTube or the real life trading chat, if that is incorrect or we do have anything to look out for. 2 p.m. We got Fed minutes. Do we got Jay Powell talking today too at 2:30 then? But they're from the January 26th meeting. Yep. So not the secret closed door Men in Black type meeting. Roblox still getting crushed. Yeah, I knew anything on the 60. That was your sign for short. Which means either I feel like I'm going to be a little too late on the short side of this thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm correct. I don't know. But these guys are getting hammered. There is a lot of selling going into it on the daily. I don't want to be so excited here, but if I get a retest, $60 would be my level. So somewhere up in that $60 range, if we get back up there, that's where I'm going to look to re-short that one. If the 10 EMA strategy works out for us on that. Delta, AMD, Tesla, we looked at all those guys. If you guys have anything else you want to look at, just throw that in the chat. We still got 7 minutes before open. There's not too much work pre-market that we have to do for the 10 EMA strategy. The only one that we could really keep an eye on out of the gate is Roblox. I'm going to be very cautious unless we get a rip to 60 and I could short under it. That's my plan. You got Roblox shares post-market 64.43. Now you hold for the ride. Yeah, I think there's probably some buying. You might want to lock some kind of profit, even take partials or something like that, Lucian, just because there's a lot of people selling on a daily coming into this. Like a lot of people. And then you're also going to get some bottom feeders that come in. They go, wow, Roblox. It used to be 120. Oh, my bad. I thought you were shorting. I thought you were shorting as a day trade pre-market. Yeah, if you're buying shares and you, like, if there's an aspect of the meta working, and the weird thing is Roblox could actually stand by itself. Like, it doesn't have, it has to do, like, Roblox, if Metaverse works out, Roblox crushes it. But it's also standalone. Like, people do like Roblox, so it's got a business model. Same thing with Facebook too, by the way. Like, again, I wouldn't buy it today, but they do make most of their money on advertising. And anytime you see a company that sells off, it becomes very difficult to buy. Shop, probably my target on Shop would be $600 if I could get that. Like, if I could buy a Shop at 600, yeah, cool, leg me in. But yeah, this one's going to fade lower for sure. Look at this. This is on this screen. If you guys can see it, this is my TTM squeeze. You have all of, like, even as we're just consolidating, you were actually in this thing running with some bullish momentum starting to come in. We actually entered a squeeze yesterday, so we're trapping that many more bulls on Shopify. What happened to Wix? Did they have earnings too? They might have had earnings. Yeah, so they had earnings as well. They obviously went terrific with probably an outstanding report based on the chart. I didn't get a chance to see this, but yeah, this one again. You have a lot of selling coming into it. You might get a little bit of a bounce, but overall, Wix to me looks like it needs a quick ride to the hospital. And make sure if you guys are on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button. We need more likes on YouTube. Also, if you have not subscribed, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. This way, anytime we go live, you guys will be notified. Anytime we put out new videos, anytime Jerremy calls the top of things, like that's just what he does. I don't know. I mean, if I could get that gift, man, that'd be really good. But he'll put out videos of when to do anything. DWAC. Yeah, so let me get to DWAC real quick. I got 3 minutes before we have to close down on my friends in YouTube. Sorry, YouTube land. It's just the way it works. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. But DWAC, I believe Trump was able to post for the first time onto social media. I was not sure which one. I just heard Trump posted on social media. And I believe, I know this is his platform, so I'm guessing he was waiting to get something out. I don't even know if the app is live though, so it could be something. It could be Rumble. It could be. I don't think he's back on Twitter. I'm not 100% sure, but Trump did post something onto social media. DWAC is his social media company. I imagine that this one's on this one, but I can't confirm or deny that. But yeah, you're getting wild moves, and if it is true that Trump used DWAC with the Truth Social Network, if that's up running live and he was able to post a social media comment, then this would explain for sure the gap. You saw that here. This is around the time I saw the news, so this is where I think that news would come in. But yeah, it's a retest gap. Wait for the fade. If you want to take it higher, keep in mind you're basing this one on hopes and dreams, not actual financials, because even if he did post on this one, it just literally came out. So trade it, don't invest it. Not yet. I don't think it's investable yet. But YouTube, unfortunately, I gotta say goodbye. Don't go, YouTube. Don't go. Trade with me all day. You guys can do that. You guys just have to go to reallifetrading.com. If you join any of the rooms, you guys are able to. David says, "Would you short shop at the open?" I would wait for 3 minutes. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make a difference. I would wait 3 minutes. Give it some time to settle in and then take a breakdown. Like wait for it to consolidate, wait for people to stop freaking out. I mean, if I did want to set a trade, how I would do it is probably an entry of 790.51 by 811. That's still a $12 move. It's not great risk reward, and something that is already just getting absolutely housed. Something that has been selling into this move. It is bearish, but you might get a little bit of a retest first. So I would wait it out. I got 45 seconds. All right, YouTube. I tried to keep you as long as I possibly could. I'm just trying to keep you. I don't want to leave. Maybe send me postcards. YouTube, send me a postcard. Love you guys. I'll catch all you guys. I'll be back personally next Wednesday, but we do go live every single day, 30 minutes before. Unfortunately, at this time, gotta let you guys go. You guys are incredible. Thanks for liking the video, and stay safe out there in these crazy markets. Watch out for news.